Sam, what's your comfort level at center for the reps that you've got there?
Yeah, I've been practicing a lot at center ever since I got here, kind of splitting reps back and forth with guard. Feeling really comfortable with where I'm at.
What's the hardest thing about that position compared to guard in this offense?
Yeah, just we play with so much tempo, just making sure you're on time with everything, making sure you're hearing everything, especially with the crowd noise. We play in the SEC. There's going to be a lot of noise everywhere you go, even at home. So, just making sure you're staying calm and collected, make sure everyone hears what you're doing.
What was your past experience at center?
Yeah, previous places I've been play a lot of center in practice. Never played in games, but played a lot in practice.
Did you go back and watch film from like maybe Tennessee games before you got here to kind of see what Cooper was doing or seeing or any of that stuff?
Yeah, Cooper is like a fantastic example of like what an SEC center is. I mean, a good center in general. I mean, he's perfect in his fundamentals. He's clear in what he's doing, his communication. Him being around here, even being able to talk to him, being able to talk to some of the guys that played with him, has really helped me. I think grow in my ability and grow in my understanding for sure.
Davis Andrews says he kind of models some of like his studying and note-taking techniques from you, and kind of looks up to you as like being that kind of a pro guy. What is your bond like with Davis Andrews?
Yeah, obviously me and Dave are both from North Carolina. He's a young guy, phenomenal athlete, phenomenal player, great dude. We sit together in the meeting room. He was always asking questions and not saying I know everything, but I can help him out with little things here and there. His level of note taking and stuff being I guess mental in the game has just grown so much since he's gotten here, and I just try to be as big a help as I can.
What about the tempo aspect of playing center here? Does that make it a little more complex in some ways, or just faster?
Yeah, I think definitely the tempo plays a big role in playing center here. Everything, chasing the ball, making sure you're snapping down, making sure, we're keeping everything the way it should be, the way the coaches want it to be, is definitely a challenge, but something that I've grown to like, grown to get comfortable with, and still something I'm working on for sure.
What's kind of the biggest challenge for you right now to win that job? Any certain thing coaches are kind of stressing for you to do down the stretch here?
Right. Fall camp is just somewhere where I'm looking to improve on everything I need to improve on for myself. Details, small things every day, just trying to be the best version of myself every day. Not necessarily going in the day being like I need to win this job. Just going in just trying to be the best for myself and the best for the guys around me. So just really hearing from the coaches, just continuing to, focus on the little things, focus on being physical, focus on getting things right in the run game, in the pass, and just being consistent.
How much of your experience going through kind of a similar situation last year kind of help you in going into this competition as you try to earn a job like you talked about?
Can you
just like Notre Dame last year, you went and won a job in preseason. How did that experience sort of help you go into this one?
Right. I think that just my experience from last year going into fall camp, as someone who's a 3 and coming out as a starter, just helped me frame my mindset coming into this fall camp. Just understanding how to come in every day and have the pro mindset of just, it's another day of work. You got to be first day mentality. That's something Coach Hype preaches, and every day can't be any less than the first day, and the next day is just important as the last, so just making sure you're consistent in your treatment with your body, making sure you're consistent in the playbook, making sure you're consistent with the player that you were the day before.
Hey, Sam, off the field, I know you're not just like right next door to home, but mentally has it been different that home's not an airplane flight away anymore? Was that different since you got here?
Yeah, for sure. I know I'll go home way more often, see my parents, see my sister, and it's just been great being closer to home. Driving distance is a little over 3.5, so it's like, you don't have to worry about, maybe I'll come home this weekend, maybe I won't. I don't know if I want to pay for the flight. It's just been a lot less stress on everyone, especially coming down here to see me for everything as well.
Did they come to the scrimmage?
They did.
How was that?
It was fantastic, yeah. My whole family came down, parents, sister, brother. So it was really cool to see them, and got to see my dad on his birthday, so that was really cool.
This is a mostly new offensive line this year, you included. What do you want the culture to be of this offensive line?
I think it has to be a group effort for sure. I think, me and Lance and Woe and all the other guys in the room have really made it a priority to prioritize our culture more than anything, because, football is going to be football at the end of the day. But if we're not all on the same page and we're not all trying to move towards a central goal, we have no direction as a room. I think for me personally, I want the room to be about 5 guys and not just about themselves. And I feel like we've taken tremendous steps in that effort. I think during practice, you can see us working together, talking, you know, no one's bad, no one's combative with each other. We're all just open to coaching amongst all the ranks, no matter who you are. Picking each other up, whether that's mentally or physically, and just being there for each other, whether, again, if that's mental or physically, just making sure you're the brother to the right or to the left, for sure.
What are one of those goals you hope like you or the unit accomplishes before you get to that first game?
I think just as a unit, just to continue to bond, you know, not just as guys in the room, but also on the field, you know, being able to continue that chemistry from the meeting room onto the field, and just to make sure that, like I said before, we're all on the same page, because that's the most important thing. Like, you can't have personal, I guess, agendas on the field. You have to play through the lens of all 5 of us doing one central thing, for sure.
Coming from another school, another program, what have you seen from the investment in the nutrition program here at Tennessee?
Oh, I mean, it's been tremendous. Ethan does a fantastic job. Haley does a fantastic job, just making sure we're eating, especially during fall camp. You know, I mean, I've been gaining weight through fall camp, which is something I haven't done in the past, and just making sure that you're always eating something, always drinking something, staying healthy. They give us vitamins every day, so stuff like that has just been like a tremendous help for sure.
How have the Snatch
Last
been
question.
overall, just for you guys collectively? Has that been pretty consistent, or is that still an area that needs to be cleaned up at all?
I think it was an area that we need to clean up as we went into camp starting, for sure. It was a little all over the place, but I think as camp has continued on, and especially like this week and last week, we've really honed it in. Coach Ellerby's done a fantastic job of working with us outside of practice, outside of meetings, just like us on the field, slowing it down, really going through the technique of how your body works, how your arms move, and how your hands move, and just making sure that everything's online and we have I guess a clear picture of what's going on in the backfield in our head.
All right, thanks, Sam.
Thank y'all.